In the hill-wrapped village of Agwampa, where red earth stained bare feet and the sun rose faithfully over farmlands each morning, there lived a man no one expected anything from. His name was Kalu. While other men rose before dawn to sharpen hoes and shoulder baskets, Kalu remained stretched beneath mango trees, snoring softly as the world worked around him. Children mocked him openly. Women shook their heads when he passed. Even dogs ignored him. Lazy bones, they called him. A man whose shadow works harder than he does. Kalu heard it all. Hunger was his closest companion. Shame slept beside him at night. But still, he did not change. He believed the world owed him something. Agwampa was a village that respected only one thing: hard work. The gods themselves were said to bless the diligent and curse the greedy. Every child grew up hearing the same warnings, whispered around fires and spoken loudly in the village square. And at the edge of the forest, where trees grew thick and the air felt heavy, stood the old shrine. No one went there. Inside that shrine rested the golden sword of the gods, an object older than memory. It was not a weapon of war, but a symbol, said to anchor the favor of the gods to the village. As long as it remained untouched, Agwampa would know peace, rain, and harvest. The elders always warned. The sword is not guarded because it does not need guarding. Kalu laughed whenever he heard that. What kind of thing protects itself? He would mutter. One market day, hunger finally broke him. He had gone out hoping for leftovers, but no trader offered him even scraps. A woman spat near his feet and told him to find work or die quietly. When the sun dipped low, Kalu sat alone by the roadside, stomach burning, pride crushed beneath laughter he could still hear echoing in his ears. That night, sleep refused to come. And that was when the thought arrived, soft at first, then loud enough to drown reason. The sword blesses the village. Why can it not bless one man? The idea terrified him. Then it comforted him. By midnight, the moon hid behind clouds. Kalu slipped from his hut and walked barefoot into the forest. The night was unnaturally silent. No insects, no birds, no wind. Each step felt watched. When he reached the shrine, his hands trembled. The doorway yawned open, dark and inviting. Inside, the golden sword stood upright, glowing faintly, its surface warm like living skin. Kalu waited for lightning. For a voice. For death. Nothing happened. Breathing hard, he wrapped his fingers around the hilt and pulled. The sword came free easily. No thunder. No scream. No god. Kalu laughed, long, loud, and relieved. By morning, his life had changed. On his way home, he found a pouch of cowries on the path. At the market, a stranger insisted on paying him twice the value of a useless trinket. By evening, a wealthy traveler offered him gold in exchange for guidance Kalu did not even give. Within days, Kalu built a fine house. He ate meat daily. He wore clean wrappers and beads. People stared in disbelief. The laziest man in Agwampa was now the richest. But strange things followed. Goats near Kalu's house began to die. Crops planted close to him refused to grow. At night, children woke screaming from dreams of fire and a glowing blade cutting the sky. And the sword. The sword grew heavier. Kalu discovered he could not leave it behind. Whenever he tried, a pain like fire burned his chest until he returned for it. At night, it hummed softly, whispering his name. Then the river darkened. One morning, the women screamed as they fetched water. The river ran red-brown, thick and foul. Fish floated belly up. Crops began to rot overnight. Fear gripped the village. The elder summoned the seer, who cast chalk and called the ancestors. When he spoke, his voice shook. The sword of the gods has been taken. The crowd gasped. Prosperity has been given to one, the seer continued, and life drained from all. If the sword is not returned by the full moon, the gods will collect what they are owed. A decree was made. The thief will die. That night, Kalu did not sleep. The sword burned like fire against his skin. In his dreams, voices spoke clearly for the first time. You wanted wealth without labor. Now choose. Terrified, Kalu confessed to Amara, the only person who had ever shown him kindness. She wept. Return it, she begged. Before the gods return you. The next morning, an elder collapsed in the square. Children fell sick. Time had run out. As storm clouds gathered, Kalu walked alone back to the shrine. The ground shook as the gods appeared, not angry, but final. The sword may return, they said, but not without payment. Kalu understood. For the first time in his life, he worked, not with his hands, but with his soul. He placed the sword back where it belonged. As it drank his strength, the storm broke. Rain fell. The river cleared. Life returned. At dawn, villagers found Kalu lifeless before the shrine, his face peaceful. Agwampa was saved. Years later, elders still tell the story, not to mock, but to warn. The gods forgive sacrifice. They never forgive greed.